We're the only show in America that has an in-house psychotherapist to help. Jill Payne is a member of the American Academy of Psychotherapy or the American Psychotherapy Association. Whatever it is, one of them has roadside assistance. And we met. She's an author, and she's a therapist, a psychotherapist in Houston via Skype. Hey, Jill.
Hey, good morning, Sam. Before we even start, it's sort of off topic because I really want to talk about the McDonald issue and what happened and how wonderful that was.
Oh, the president feeding Clemson junk food, yes.
Well, first I sent you a picture of, I just wanted to just do this because I'm a Google person like everybody else, and I wanted to check Pelosi's house. And I love her house. It's beautiful. It's huge. It faces the water. I don't know where it is.
San Francisco.
It's got the wall that Trump is talking about. So I'd like every one of your viewers and whoever is out there to really go look at what I sent you, because it has the wall that you can't climb up and it's huge. And so she has it around her house. So I just want people to know that. So when Schumer and Pelosi are speaking, they're being hypocrites. And though my son says we're all hypocrites, I just want people to, if they're going to do fact check, to go look at her picture. Now let's go on to McDonald's. Can we go on to McDonald's?
Sure. The president, during the furlough, reached in his own pocket and related directly to the 18 to 22-year-old men, whatever you want to call them, players of Clemson, the national champions. They were thrilled. They were hooting and hollering. What's your angle?
Yes. I wish I were invited. I love the French fries. And anyway, so the Democrats, the ones that are really in power and speaking, I'm going to talk about Schumer and Pelosi because they're the ones that are doing most of the talking and personalizing, and they're the leaders of the Democratic Party at this time. So what they're doing is they're having cognitive distortion because they are so threatened by Trump, and this is a perfect example of him being able to relate to the commoners. He just relates to us. He feels he's one of us. He's getting $1 a year. Yes, I said something to a girlfriend of mine who doesn't like Trump and says, well, he's got billions. I said, well, Pelosi has a lot of money too. Look at her house. So what happens is Trump is out there relating to us, the people, and they can't stand it. So it's causing them to personalize. So they are getting their emotions involved, which everybody knows this. And so it's blocking their rational decisions. They're personalizing their fight with Trump instead of seeing the whole picture. So I wanted to mention I have these wonderful conversations with my fabulous son. You know, we love our sons, right? Right, Sam? Anyway, he's 27, and he's a millennial living in San Antonio going to UT Medical School. And he says, Mom, we have these deep conversations. He says, everyone has a different brain, and I think God made us have all different brains. You've got your specialty in psychology. I'm special in medicine. Sam, you're special in media. And the reason he did that by making us just special in one thing, so we could all work together commonly and create a wonderful country or world. And I've been telling that to a bunch of people. They love what my son said. And so I'm saying that to the people out there, the Republicans and the Democrats, that we need to really think about that because we need to come together to create something wonderful. If we continue doing what we're doing, we're just going to divide and fall.
I hear Jill Payne, a psychotherapist. Before we get to the break, I will say that you mentioned about Trump.
Yes.
And I'll say it again because the dirty people in the newsrooms can't stand this. He related directly to those 18 to 22-year-olds. And the Jenny Acostas and the Dawn Lemons at CNN can't. They're unable to. They can't. And Trump he's got that Midtown Manhattan, East 47th and 4th mentality. Yep. Right? I'm just telling you. And he related to them, and we were the only outlet that really zoomed in on the audio of the football players seeing the food, and they were all like, "Whoa!" And one guy's piling them up, and I said, "I gotta go to the break." But I said, "Look, I haven't had McDonald's in years. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago, but I wanted to have a Big Mac." I want to have a Big Mac after seeing that video and how the president was able to reach out and connect and touch and relate
right.
to these men. The championship football team of Clemson. Stand by. We'll continue our conversation with our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne, next. AM 1070, The Answer. Let me go back to our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne. Member of the American Academy of Psychotherapy Association of Tow Truck Drivers and Fast Food Workers. She's a psychotherapist here in town. It's good to have you on because, seriously, you need it more and more. There are no negotiations going on, but the Trump standing up for Americans, standing up for the police, the Democrats standing up for the ones who kill the cops, they can't win elections, so they have to flood the country with FDAs, Future Democrats of America, which are illegals. We allow 1 million people into the country a year legally, and then 500,000 were caught last year that we know of. 500,000 were caught. The jails, federal jails, 20% of the prisoners are illegals. 5 police officers murdered by illegals here in Houston. Democrats are standing by saying, we want them. We want them in here. In terms of negotiating, Pelosi and Schumer are on the wrong side of the law, the wrong side of morality, by just letting people break in. But at this point, somebody's got to move, Jill Payne, in-house psychotherapist. What's your advice? How would you counsel a patient who's stuck in this cement situation?
Well, one, I don't know if they're going to do that. I was talking with a family member who is very high up in the federal government and is not getting paid. And he does not blame Trump. We won't talk about blame. His suggestion, and I don't think they would do it, is that the senators and congressmen really don't feel the pain of what is going on with the people in the federal government because they are continued to get paid. So really, they need to, one, is not get paid or get paid $1 a year like Trump,
right,
so that they can feel the pain. And that's one. The other is that I think that us people really need to go make those phone calls. We need to make those phone calls and show that we do support it. And so those are the two things, because otherwise it's going to continue to be this way because Pelosi and Schumer are very much personalizing this. And when you have cognitive distortion, if I'm being irrational, how can you talk to me if I'm being irrational?
I don't know. I mean,
so you work with the support system, and we are the support system. Trump has opened the doors for us to do those phone calls, and that's what I would suggest.
I mean, real quick, this is how truly the godless alt left operates. Politico reports an hour ago, 58 minutes ago, Pelosi asked Trump to reschedule the State of the Union. Speaker Pelosi today asked the president to reschedule the State of the Union or deliver it in writing as long as the government shut down. She said, quote, this is Pelosi, sadly, given the security concerns, unless government reopens this week, I suggest we work together to determine a suitable date after government is reopened for the State of the Union. She's saying, for security concerns, we can't have it. By the way, all Secret Service, Capitol Police are working. But anyway, what about the American people's security concerns when 500,000 illegals break in who have killed doctors, moms, police officers? What's the chutzpah in that? Her security is more important than the security of a mom who was killed by an illegal last month? Or I remember a famous doctor in Westview, Claudia Benton, was murdered by an illegal. I remember when I first moved in. That Pelosi's more important? Psychotherapist Jill Payne?
Yeah, and I'm hearing you. And so if people like Pelosi, they're going to, it's a cognitive distortion and filter out different things that she's saying and not hear the illegal. So the people aren't hearing illegal, they're hearing the immigrants. And I'm just letting you know that's what's happening. So it's whoever is talking and how you're relating with that person. And so this is a psychological thing, and that's the reason more of us need to speak up to explain that what illegal is versus legal. And that's not what they're dealing with. They're dealing on emotions, Sam. So they're talking about the people, and just like President Trump said, they are using the women and children as pawns, just like people do in divorces. People parents will use children as pawns, and children are people. So I just think people need to, the first thing I tell my clients, be more mindful, increase your awareness. And mindful is really stepping out of your body like you're taking LSD,
right?
And really watching your reaction to what this person is saying. And
I like it.
It's called mindfulness.
And what's the second most important thing you tell your clients? If you miss an appointment, you're going to pay anyway. That's all I'm just saying.
And don't take the LSD. Okay.
If you don't cancel within 24 hours, you're paying for your time. No, I'm just joking. Our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne, we need it. What?
I've been asked to be on Federal News Network to talk about SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder.
Oh, good for you! Congratulations, you up-and-coming media mogul.
I just appreciate appreciate being on your show and talking about this. Yeah. I'd like people to really listen to what my son said.
Will do. Really would. And they can watch this. So, the good thing about we're televised, they can watch it again a week from now. So anyway, go to our Facebook page, Sam Malone Show. Our in-house psychotherapist, Jill Payne. Have a wonderful, stress-free, happy, healthy day.
You too, Sam.